Hello, my name is Sibyl Harmony, and this is a video about spiritual steps to a better year, a better life for yourself. It's simple, maybe not always easy. I'd like to say 12 easy steps because I know we're all busy and we have a lot going on in our lives, but there are some simple things that you can do that can really profoundly change your life. That we can do in our daily lives. And so I'd like to share this with you, these steps, and there'll be one each month. So we'll start with January, the first month, on how to make a better life for yourself. And so January, the step is taking back your power and bringing balance, bringing harmony or manageability into your life. So how does one do that? Well, we are powerless over people, places, and things. Anything outside of ourselves, we really don't have. We may try to manipulate or control, influence our best, but really we're responsible for ourselves, which is anything inside our aura, and any minor children or pets. That's about it. To an extent, those are also autonomous beings with their own free will, children and pets. So we are powerless over the world, people, places, and things, but how do we take back our own power? How to empower yourself and how to let go of any kind of a victim mentality or feeling like you're hopeless. It could be emotional issues. It could be things. It could be people. So let's talk about that a little bit more. So people, places, and things can affect us. And if we give our power away to that, we are powerless. We've lost our ability to be happy, to feel safe, to feel, which is the foundation of your health, your well-being, your effect in the world. And I know a lot of people, especially after the holidays and things that have been going on in the world, are feeling sad or even depressed or grieving. You may be grieving. And so one of the most important things to do is to recognize, how am I feeling? You might want to journal about that. You might want to talk to a trusted friend. Journaling is a way of getting it out on paper so that you can release it. But sometimes just accepting. I was working with a client the other day, and I'm picking up a lot of sadness. Are you sad? And she said, wow, I didn't even realize all the things I'm sad about. So sometimes just recognizing how we're feeling and not judging that part of ourselves, but having compassion for the parts of ourselves that are sad, that are lonely, that are angry, that are fearful. So we live in a quantum field of energy soup. There's feelings, thought forms. Their feelings come from thoughts, and energy kind of floating all around. And also, if you're around other people who are not putting your interest at heart, or not caring about your feelings, or listening to you, or respecting your boundaries, or that you're trying to manage because their lives are unmanageable, then it's easy for us to become out of balance and our lives become unmanageable because we are wanting them to be happy or things to be different. And because it is not, we are feeling upset and sad. So, like I said, so then we become out of balance. If you are waiting for other people to be better, or the world to be perfect or great or even better, before you become happy, you've got it backwards. It's the other way around. I remember years ago, I started my spiritual path asking, like, who am I? And why am I here? Which are some questions when we start our awakening. When back then we called it enlightenment. So I wanted to grow spiritually, and I thought, I really want to be happy. I tried for a relationship to make me happy. Putting all our eggs in somebody else's basket is not a good idea. Your partner is not there to make you happy. Hopefully they're loving and supportive and kind and there for you. But it isn't their job to make you happy. Your happiness comes from inside of you. It's an inside job. Jesus told us not to worship him. I'm not religious, but Buddha is about letting go of suffering or being more mindful in our way of being. But Jesus told us if you go inside, you can save yourself, you can heal yourself. And that's why we're here in this dichotomy of dark and light, good and bad. So in our time anyway, there's always going to be dark and light. And right now we're seeing a lot of dark. And so it's very easy for people to become discouraged, low confidence, like we talked about, depression, sadness, fear. How's it going to work out? Is it going to be okay? And so those are all ways that we give our power away, because when you know intrinsically that you are loved and that you are okay, you are enough, and that whatever happens, even whether you live or die, it's going to be okay, which is quite a stretch for some people. But it creates better health. It creates more well-being, more prosperity, and you enjoy your day more. Like if you were looking at your life and saying, I have 6 months to live, or 1 year to live, or 30 days, what would you do? What would you give to yourself that you would look back on and go, wow, I did that? Because remember, wherever you go, there you are. Okay. So we want to be aware of our feelings, recognize our feelings, not judge our feelings, talk to a friend, journal, take a walk, do a meditation, work with crystals, work with flower essences, are wonderful. Essential oils are helpful. Ways that you can kind of adjust your feelings. But we're going to talk about getting grounded, okay? Sorry, my voice is, I'm clearing some energy. I'll say that. Okay, so it could be people that you're powerless over. Other people create their issues so that they can solve them and heal them. You can support other people. You can assist them if they ask you, and you can love them or listen to them. But you are not here to save the world. And sometimes people get angry at you when you start trying to fix them. It's very disrespectful to give advice. You could say, I'm here if you need me. I'm listening. How can I support you? If they feel safe enough to open up to you, they've given you a gift. That is the gift that I just talked about, being safe with you, knowing there's someone who will listen. You don't have to take it on. You don't have to fix it. Unless sometimes people do need some financial help, they need you to show up for them, give them something, and that's okay. That's okay to give, because that'll be more about the 12 steps. So there are 12 steps. Okay. But right now, we're kind of talking about letting go of other people's stuff. If you notice who you're hanging around and how you feel after you spent the day or had lunch with them, do you feel drained, tired, exhausted? That person may be kind of a drain on your energy in their neediness or their dysfunction. Doesn't mean you need to cut them off, but just be aware of, that's not really the best way for me to spend my day. You may want to do some breathing, some cord cutting, energetically clearing, give them to God and their issues, but letting go of them and their energy and their issues, because you don't want to be like a big sponge just absorbing the world or everybody's stuff and then wondering why you don't feel good. And then other people will look at you and go, yeah, what's wrong with you? Well, it's easy sometimes for people to project onto you, or are we projecting onto other people? This person should be there for me. They're not giving me what I want. They're not supporting me. They're not saying the right thing. They're not doing the right thing. I used to have a lot of rules for people on how to act. And now I can be around people who support me, and I can support myself, and my guides support me. So I don't need to get something. I don't need to be right. I don't need to get something. I don't need to be getting involved in drama and conflict of things that people create so that they can heal them. So, yeah. So the next thing would be habits. What are the habits that you want to let go of? Are you eating unhealthy? What are the things you want to do this year to make yourself healthier? Being sedentary? Are you exercising? Are you really focusing on your health? You're finally going to take care of those aches or pains. You're going to look into your diet. You're going to start meditating. What are the things like sugar? There's a book called The Sugar Blues. That's a big one with people's sugar. And a lot of people don't like it when I talk about that because they don't want to give up their only fun, their treats. Well, you can have healthy treats. Sugar is like a #1 cause of cancer, which is an epidemic in this country. Obesity, diabetes, heart disease. Sugar is probably the worst. And then the other one is undigestible fats, like deep frying or cheap oils that are getting stuck in your digestive tract and causing dysfunction in your organs. So drinking too much. I love 12-step groups, and these are 12 steps, but this is 12 steps for, I don't know, for anybody who wants to grow spiritually. I'll talk about my foundation, but first I want to finish on the supplements. So I used to take too many pills, eat too much junk food, drink too much, anything to help myself feel better. That was me. And when I stopped doing all that stuff, I had to deal with the underlying feelings and thoughts like I didn't feel good enough. I didn't feel okay. I didn't feel safe. So when you let go, in this step, we're just letting go of the stuff that's causing you health issues, dysfunctional behaviors, and not really bringing you the clarity that you need to move forward. So what you can make a list, like, what are the things that I want to focus on? Like this year I did, last year I did, I want to eat less. So I'm eating smaller meals, which I didn't think I could do because my family were corn farmers where, there wasn't any structure or self-discipline taught. My family were bohemians before the hippies. So they were just like, oh, my mother was like, whatever. So I didn't grow up structured and disciplined, although I had a lot of freedom and creativity. So for whatever reasons, learning from my family, that's, and I thought that the more you eat, the more vitamins you get, which is not true. Bodies actually do. Now I do intermittent fasting, which is something you could check out, to lose weight, to get better health. Look at, I do testing my sessions, what foods do you have allergies to? And, it may be just time to put the plug in the jug, put the cigarettes down, or if you use something recreationally, is it? Okay. If you're doing that to relax you at the end of the day or occasionally, that's not a habit. But if you notice that it's affecting, your lifestyle, your relationships, your health, you may be taking prescriptions to help you sleep or for anxiety. Is that really taking care of the anxiety? Probably not. Those are good emergency management, a prescription, but it doesn't really deal with the issue. And the fact is, there's really nothing wrong with you. You're an energy being affected by your thoughts and feelings, other people, things, substances, habits. And so this is the year, this is the month that we look at, maybe make a list. Here are my goals. Get off this. Tone down on that. And don't go off your medication without medical help, because that can be actually dangerous, and cause all kinds of issues. So please don't do that. But you might want to think about a medical detox. So you might want to think about getting a structure, a discipline in your life, a daily meditation, a walk, yoga. What are the things that you want to start working out? You want to start spending time in nature. You want to start a creative project that, like, what is there to look forward to? What is fun? What brings you joy? You may want to spend more time with your children or your grandchildren or your pets and find joy and balance. Okay. And you might want to also, if you're feeling like I don't have enough money, that's not true. There is no lack in the universe. So cancel that thought. I'm open to receive. So your first chakra, now we're moving into the first chakra, is what you have. It is your grounding. It is your physical health. And it is your relationship with more physical things. Okay. It is a relationship with family, friends, community, home, and what you have. And so this month, we're going to focus on grounding and being in our physical body. And a lot of people go, yeah, I'm grounded. Now, earthing is one way to ground. It's a little different. It's taking off your shoes and standing outside or sitting on the earth. And that is a way to recharge your energy and to get more connected and grounded. Also, breath work, breathing is a really good way to kind of come back into your body, reclaim your safety, and be grounded. Because if you are not safe, you have lost your power. The more you believe you are safe, the more power you have. So if a car is coming and you feel afraid, that fear will cause you to move out of the way. But if you're just sitting home and you're fearing, like, what if this, what if that? Oh my God, check my pulse to good, it was me. I used to be the hypochondriac, real oversensitive, and sit at home or start cleaning my house, and by the end of the day be in a panic because thinking about, oh my God, this or that, awfulizing, and then watch the news and go, oh my God, so I'll stop all that, ground and breathe. It's like being in the moment. Okay, so we're going to do a little exercise to help you with that first chakra. And each month, at the first of the month, we're going to do a video. I'm going to do a video with my guides for a step. And these steps are your path to a more spiritual, fulfilling, happy, peaceful life. And it's not that hard. It does require that you watch the video and do the exercise. Okay, so we already talked about making a list of goals, like what is it that you want to accomplish this year? What is it that you want to let go of? What is it that you want to do? Okay. And now let's use our breath and just do a very simple exercise of grounding. Oh, and before we start, one more thing is that these steps are also, I'm going to do them the first of each month. So it'll be coming out in a video. And you can also, as a reminder, go to my website, Sibyl Harmony. There's the spelling down here, if you can see that, sibylharmony.com, and sign up for my newsletter. And these videos will go out on there. Okay. And then you'll have them in your email and you can go back and check it, or if you miss the day when it comes out. Okay. And this is a model of 12-step programs. I have studied with shamans around the world, with different healers and mystics. I, as a child, saw the spirit guides and received messages. But in my 30s, I started to wake up and come back to my spiritual path. And one of the things that I used, besides all the other training I did, was 12-step programs. I love 12-step programs. They are free. They're in every area, and you can go to a 12-step program for anything. They have people that will help you there for free and guide you through these steps. What happened when I did the steps, and that's what I'm going to teaching you in this program of 12 months of steps, each month having a separate step. So this will encourage you to stay on track so you don't forget. Also sign up at my newsletter so you don't forget, and that'll be a reminder. Also subscribe to my channel so you'll know when you'll see the video, or you'll get notified when I'm making a video. I think, yeah. And so, but this is a really, like I said, really simple but clear, easy steps that anybody can take to improve your spiritual life and have a better life, a better year. Okay? All right. So now we're going to start with the exercise. And so at the bottom of your tailbone is your first chakra, in front of your tailbone. It's an energy center that is the consciousness of safety, being grounded, connecting to earth. You're also connected through a grounding cord that connects into your feet and the bottom of your tailbone that goes down into the center of the planet. Most people go like, hey, I'm grounded. Are you? Okay. Let's see. Sometimes, and it's okay if you're ungrounded, just recognize, wow, I'm ungrounded. So a lot of times if I'm having a busy day, dealing with a lot of things outside myself, and then I'll go, what was I doing again? Or how do I do this? I'll sit down and get grounded, and then I'll be like, oh, okay. Like I'll just get an intuitive knowing like, oh, okay, there's the best way to move forward. So that's what grounding can do. It kind of brings you in the present moment, helps you to come back into your body. When we are abused or scared, or we don't know who we are, or we're sometimes very spiritual, we're out floating around, or we leave our body so we don't have to feel what's going on. But then nobody's home. So you're not conscious and aware. Have you ever gotten in your car and drove somewhere and forgotten how you got there? That's so dangerous. I used to do that. Or like the first, maybe after age 7 from 30 something, I was just on automatic. I wasn't consciously aware of anything. And when I found energy work and healing and grounding, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. But first, let's just get you acquainted with your energy here in a physical body. Rather than being affected by everything out here, happiness is an inside job. And the first part of happiness might be, am I safe? Have you been affected by accidents, illness, abuse? That'll be in your first chakra. If you have, you may have a lot of fear, or fear of lack, or fear of, am I going to be okay? Or, yeah. So let's just go ahead and close our eyes. And whenever you're watching this in all time and directions, me and the guides or the universe is assisting you. And breathing. And just kind of give yourself a hug. So you've closed your eyes, give yourself a hug. And just kind of feel into your body. Maybe feel your feet on the floor, your tailbone and your buttocks sitting or laying down. And just breathe. And notice the energy of your first chakra. Just kind of say hello to the bottom of your tailbone and put your attention on that. Breathe. And if you want, visualize a grounding cord going down into the center of the planet. And you can release around the outside of that grounding cord, kind of like you're flushing a toilet and the water spins around before it goes whoop, down. So let's just let it, there we go. So Archangel Michael just came in to help you clear your grounding cord. And then through the center of that grounding cord, let's bring up the earth energy. Now, the earth is a powerful energy. Lightning strikes the equator thousands of times a day. It grows all the food, holds the bodies of water, the oceans, creates the crystals. And so just say hello to the Mother Earth energy and let that come up and give your first chakra a healing. And let that energy come up and move in and around your body. And just say hello to your energy field. I am safe. I am grounded. And now let's say hello to the cosmic energy, the light above you, way on the other side, unconditional love, and let that light come in through the top of your head and go all the way down to your tailbone. And let's ask your higher self, the universe, Archangel Michael, guides, cut any cords to energies that are draining me, fearful thought forms, habits that no longer serve me. Clear any energies of cravings, any energy of being a victim, any kind of parasite energy, other people's energy that doesn't serve you. Give them to God and cut the cords. We're not cutting cords of love. We're cutting cords where you're absorbing and taking on other people's energy. And also your own beliefs in fear or lack or illness or being a victim or impending doom. All that's just energy. Let it pop like little bubbles. Pop, 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 pop. And send it to the edge of the universe where it can be transmuted. Now call in the energy of I am safe, all is well, I am healed. And let's say a prayer. I have seen the inner vision of the mystic. I hear the divine flow of power, love, and wisdom that's always being broadcast to me. I am healed. I am safe. I am free. All is well. Thank you. Hover over me as I go through my day and guide me. And so it is. Excellent. That's your first lesson. And tune back in February where we'll be talking about faith, amusement, having fun, creativity. Okay? Because once you let go of all the crap, and you could do this every day, just stop and breathe. I'm tending to let it go. Your intention is very powerful. Or you can sit and do a longer meditation. That's fine. I just wanted to give you a starting place here, a daily practice. And in March, we'll be talking about being in alignment with divine will. What is free will? How do I align with it? What is my purpose? Okay. So thank you so much. Take care. Sending you so much love.